So I find it quite bizarre that Layla Cunningham is complaining about racism from the Restore Party, the depiction of her being pushed dead in a wheelbarrow by Rupert Lowe, the founder of Restore, who was a former Reform party who split from there and founded the Restore Party. And you're complaining that there are voters that are being racist towards you from the Restore because it's more prevalent, even though you acknowledge that there is racism coming from you from the voters of your own party. And you want to be part of a party that is racist towards you. And you're complaining about racism from the other side. I find that quite bizarre. And a depiction of you in a wheelbarrow dead being pushed by Rupert Lowe, and I think you saying something like Allah Akbar, the fact that you should be deported, is a generalization that all Muslims are terrorists. And you're upset about that. You're pointing at that racism when Nigel Farage has generalized about all Muslims within his racism towards Muslims. But you're complaining now that there's racism directed at you. Quite bizarre. And complaining that your mother's crying her eyes out for it and that you want sympathy for that. What about the mothers crying their eyes out about the people of colour who have suffered racism under the Reform Party and the incitement of violence from the Reform Party? And then you have Charlotte Kelly, the Reform Party councillor who was quit because of sexism and bullying. But you're okay with the racism within the party against people of colour. So you want to deal now with equality and discrimination when it involves you. But you're okay with racism against others. So you can't, that's not how this works. You either have humanity or you don't. You're either a soldier of the light or you're not. Okay? That's it. You can't be a halfway crook. You're either a humanitarian or you're a villain. That you can't be okay with racism but complain when there is sexism against you as a woman. You need to be against all forms of discrimination and abhorrent behaviour in whatever format it comes. It's like a manager that I've worked with who's up for women's rights and complains about male oppression, but then wants to oppress the men who work under her in order to feed her ego.